the first place that I will always start is with people's vision. And I will spend as much time as needed to understand what their vision, and when I say vision, it's usually a 3 or maybe a 5 year, depending on the size of the organization and the maturity of the organization. But ultimately, it is defining what that vision is and spend as much time as needed to get to that point. So the reason we start there is that's usually what's in people's head. And even if they already have their values and mission in place, then we can validate it against those. So even if they don't have them, ultimately their vision is actually a translation of their existing values and mission. What we then do is then, if they don't have their values and mission actually written down, we then next spend the time in actually working through those and defining them and bringing them to life. And I will then also validate the mission and the values against their vision and spend that time ensuring that it is actually linked and that it's not contradictory or necessarily unrealistic or unable to be clearly communicated. So really that is the beginning point of developing your strategy, is understanding first your vision, validating it against your values and your mission in particular. But of course, it is then validating and linking those values and that mission back to the existing context and the vision. So it's starting in the future, and then you bring it back into the current day, and then linking through and validating what that mission and those core values are. And I say core values, which is really your internal business values. And with small businesses, it is usually almost always a reflection of that key person, either the owner or the CEO, their personal values, usually almost always, particularly with small businesses, that's the case. As you get larger as a business, then it needs to be a reflection of the core values, particularly of that leadership team or that key team that is leading that organization. So that's where we start, is understanding that vision.